Invasion of the Vein Scanners for a Cashless Society. The author writes, in an article I wrote in late October 2011, I detail a new policy being implemented at New Jersey Transit Station and Newark Liberty International Airport Rail Station, as well as in Penn Station and the New York Port Authority Bus Terminal in New York. At the time, I deemed the program the most recent Orwellian Big Brother policy under the guise of great traveler convenience. A cover story for privacy intrusion that is becoming more and more popular when attempting to introduce the high-tech police state security grid. Essentially, the new procedure being introduced is a wireless payment program that allows passengers to wave their smartphones in front of a special sensor in order to purchase a ticket for travel. The sensor is located on the ticket vending machine, and both the train and bus ticket are accessed via Google Wallet, an app that provides for wireless payment capabilities. In the article mentioned above, I argued that the implementation of such technology is the foreshadowing of the coming cashless society, which itself will play a major role in the totalitarian police state control grid being established right before our eyes. Unfortunately, however, the police state and the cashless society have moved beyond the use of smartphones and other pieces of hard technology by which to establish themselves as the new normal in the minds and the culture of an entire generation. Taking the cashless control grid one step further, an article published on August 8, 2011 in Technology Review entitled Beyond Cell Phone Wallets, Biometric Promise Truly Wallet-Free Future explained that major corporations are not even waiting for the digital wallet to catch on. They are actually moving forward with a system that will allow for an individual to swipe their palm, not their phone, in front of a digital recognition device in order to gain access to various buildings, pay for merchandise, or otherwise identify oneself. Although the technology known as near-field communication allows users to completely bypass credit cards and cash with their phones, it has been slower to catch on in the United States than it has in some areas of Asia, Japan in particular. Nevertheless, the convenience-obsessed American public will no doubt flock to it in large numbers as soon as it becomes more widely marketed and available. I think one of the reasons why it's a little slower to catch on in America also is because America still has a pretty strong Christian base and followers who are very familiar with end-time prophecy and the mark of the beast, and they are very skeptical of this type of technology, so you just can't spring it in America just any kind of way. Back to the article, the new system known as Palm Secure is not near-field communication. However, Palm Secure requires no tangible hardware on the part of the user, so phones are not necessary. All it requires is that the user wave his or her hand in front of an electronic reader, and the small device reads the unique pattern of veins by way of near-infrared light. The new biometric-based method of payment and permitted access is one that from miles away could easily be seen coming. In fact, many, including myself, have been warning of the dangers of this type of technology for some time. Yet the cause of convenience combined with the advertisement of better security will likely make the new system even more palatable to the general public. Where the NFC method have not caught on as quickly as some might have wished, biometric approaches are likely to be more successful. If the slow rollout of NFC holds any lessons, it's that breaking the monopoly of the existing payment system is difficult, especially when merchants bear the cost. But a biometric identification system could be a unique identifier that might justify its additional expense for some vendors. If you think waving your phone to pay for something is convenient enough to convince you to go to one coffee shop versus another, imagine how thrilled people will be to simply raise their hand. If this is indeed the case, then those of us who value privacy and freedom better start raising our voices. The technology is right for the implementation of a monetary system that comprises of ones and zeros. In other words, a totally electronic monetary system. I mentioned the quote made by Rothschild in several of my videos when he said, and I'm paraphrasing, "Let me control the country's money supply and I care less who makes its laws." Imagine how much easier it will be to control the money supply when the money is not even on paper anymore. Here's something else to think about. If the amount of money in circulation is a factor in determining the price of goods and services, how on earth do you control inflation when you have an unlimited number of electronic ones and zeros to divvy out? There will have to be someone or some governmental body to set prices in accordance with demand. This same body will have an unlimited and unprecedented amount of control regarding how much your digits can buy. Think of how easy it would be for them to render you broke and penniless for some reason or another. They simply would just push a button and you would no longer be able to make any type of transaction. It's not hard to see how a monetary system like this could be put in place at some point in the near future. With all the monetary and financial problems in Europe, Europe could be the first place it's implemented. I don't think that it's too far-fetched to see the collapse of a currency in several countries in Europe, causing a major depression where people would be dependent on the government for assistance, and the government would just provide that assistance by allocating a certain amount of money to people electronically, probably using biometrics, where you would have to register using some part of your body or parts of your body to identify you when you make a purchase, so that they know who you are and how much money you have. If you fail to comply with the registration process, then you will simply not be able to make purchases. There is a strong likelihood that you will also have to give some allegiance to a person or deity before receiving your electronic money. Bible revelations are being fulfilled rapidly, but yet people are still in denial about whether or not we are living in the times spoken of in the book of Revelation. I pray that they wake up before it's too late, because when Jesus comes, he will come quickly, and there will be no time to try and make a change at that point. Thanks for watching. Peace and love.